and the width.
Hi guys, it's
of
Herb
those
from Puppet.
antlers.
Right at the randa. And we're gonna follow there.
And then you've got a lot of barnacle geese. Hello! And a lot of these geese and horn. With horn we have to cut off. Antlers, so here's our antlers. They fall off every year between April and May. So it takes 6 to 8 weeks for them to grow again. And they're in this period what they call velvet. So if you look at that, you can see why it's called velvet. This is just skin over the bone. It looks like a velvet cloth. That's why it's called velvet. Some of them are quite small. Can you see this beautiful white male? Yeah. And then you've got some dark ones. Now, fallow deer were introduced to the park in the late 1800s, and the main colour is that caramel brown. And one distinct feature is this black horseshoe mark on the bottom and black down their tail. Now, if you look at some of them, they've got they're like caramel, but they don't have the black mark, and that's because we've had to introduce other stock for genetic purposes to make sure that we've got good stock. And one of them is from, I'm not sure if anyone's been to Houghton Hall, they have white deer. That's why you've got a lot of white ones. And the white deer you see in front of us is quite a big boy. So, yeah, I'm going to let you explain that. So, now look at all the ones that go. They're all the young ones. All the experienced males, they're just looking. They've seen it all before. And look how big they are. You know, how wide. You know, I was saying they have to really feed up before that rutting season. The bigger they are, the better, because they're more experienced, so they know they have to feed up and not to waste energy. Why run when it's just some people walking or they've got a scooter? So they just sit there. And it's like with the tractor trailer. If you come in the rutting season, this is completely different, because what happens is they have a stand or a lek, and it'll probably be a tree, and that male will, that's it, that's his little territory, that's his stand, because it's the females that come to the male. So what tends to happen, so I'll pass these round.
One of the antlers on the left is a 4-year-old, and the bigger one is a 11-year-old, I think.
Through the different years, so the black ones, or the chocolate ones, we're not really too sure where they're from. They think they're from Canada, but Canada don't have fallow deer, they're an Asian species. But if you look really close to them, you can still see they've got spots. So yeah, so it's to try and expand that genetic mix. But they have noticed, look at that, it's so cute, aren't they?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we had that last time. Yeah, you never see it when it's on the rutting season, but here, so when we manage them, it's usually the males that go first, because we try and keep about 70 males and all the rest are female. And the thing we're looking for, if you look at all those back, what was I going to say? No. So if they run again, just have a look, because she was with them. So the males, once the young are born, they stay with the females, particularly the males, for about, I think it's about 12, 13, even up to 16 months. And then they go and find a male, one of these big boys, and then they bond with him and stay for him for the rest of his life. And that's how he learns all the different of what to do, all the different rutting skills and everything else. I realise I've got a little one. Yeah. Just seeing if I can see the female for you. If you look at some of these bottoms, you'll notice not all of them have the black. And so that is through the different years. So the black ones, or the chocolate ones, we're not really too sure where they're from. They think they're from Canada, but Canada don't have fallow deer, they're an Asian species. But if you look really close to them, you can still see they've got spots. So yeah, so it's to try and expand that genetic mix, but they have noticed. Look at that, it's so cute, aren't they?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we had that last time. Yeah, never see it when it's on the rutting season, but here. So when we manage them, it's usually the males that, because it's quite nice. We're looking for any that's pointing the wrong way. So I'm not sure with red deer. Have we got the antler?
Yeah.
I'll show you what that was. So basically, if we got these two really big antlers on there, and the reason we have fallow deer, they're very attractive looking. They've got those big eyes. Mind you, I think they've got quite a strong competition to roe deer.
Bye,
They're very easy
guys.
to manage. If one runs, they tend to all run, and their meat is good. So that's why they were introduced.